Yes, people, what's going on? Back again with another footy talk. What you telling me, bro? You calm down now, bruv.
What do you mean, calm down?
Bro, I see you Chelsea fans, bruv, living the dream, innit, bruv? You lot were in the mud with us, and now all of a sudden, bro, you know what I mean? Chelsea are back, fam. What you telling me?
Nah. We had a good performance against Man City. Obviously, scoring 4 goals against them, which is crazy. I don't remember the last time they conceded 4 in a game, but that was just it. Other than that, like I do agree. Like we still dropped 2 points and everything. We had a good defensive performance, but conceded 4 goals, so you can't really jump to too many conclusions. Say it was generational or anything like that. But no, I think Chelsea fans are just happy with the fact that we handled ourselves really well in the game that nobody expected us to win. Nobody expected us to even really compete in this sort of game, and yeah, the boys turned up, and also because really and truly, it comes down to another refereeing decision, which is just Anthony Taylor on his yearly BS, which we just have to accept and move on. This guy's always going to be reffing our matches in spite of the fact that there's always controversy surrounding him whenever he refs us. But it's
Mm.
because controversy creates views, it creates cash, and I get it's the Premier League, it is what it is. But we did really well. If a refereeing decision is the only difference between us against Man City, the treble winners, the Three Peters, then I understand Chelsea fans being happy about that. But again, it is still a draw too. We can acknowledge both and they can both stand together.
No, 100%, man. I think it was a very good performance, bro. Do you know what I mean? Also, like individually, like bruv Sterling, bruv, I don't think I've ever seen him play that well, blood. Like
That was crazy.
he played out of his skin, bro. He played like a man possessed, innit? And then it's one of them ones where I'm not his biggest fan, but he was moving mad. I can't lie, he was oozing. Like if he can put a run of games together playing at that level, it's stupid. Like because he was insane, innit? And I think he just had extra motivation playing against Man City, innit? But Chelsea
Maybe.
in general, and even like the manager, man, have to respect what Pochettino done in that game, innit? Obviously, I don't see many people giving Poch plaudits for how he dealt with Man City, but I think he set the team up perfectly, man. And
Yeah.
you
Didn't
lot
do
done
anything
you
wrong.
lot done them.
Subs
You
were
lot
perfect. Everything
yeah,
was
you lot done
perfect.
them. Even the penalty they got, yeah, was against the run of play. I think Chelsea definitely edged the game. They edged it in terms of quality and overall. I think you're starting to see now what the manager wants to do with this team.
Yeah, I think what Poch said came to light again, where he was like, we play a lot better against the better teams. And that's why I still feel very confident with the games coming up. Newcastle, I don't know if you watched their game against Bournemouth, but they were crap. They should have held about 6 or 7 in that game. They were
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
cooked
yeah,
in the
yeah,
second
yeah.
half. If they play a similar team like that, we should be winning that game. Brighton, Man United, I feel similar energy, but he also said that we struggle against low blocks, and I've seen that too many times this season. And like that
Mm.
is the bridge I need to cross first before I really start feeling confident about where we are. Right now, I just feel optimistic about the games ahead. But quietly, it's them Everton aways that are scaring me more than playing the likes of United and Brighton coming up.
Yeah, Everton are getting points as well, bro. Another win for them. So, nah, I hear you, bro. It does seem to be like that. That's funny because I was speaking to Savage Dan today, innit? And he said the same thing. It's like Chelsea just tend to kind of match who they're playing. If you're playing good teams, you play well. If you're playing rubbish teams, you play rubbish, innit? And that's kind of what you lot are doing at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. It feels like it basically, but it's like the quotes that he made, and they just stand out. They make perfect sense. We're good against the better teams. We don't know what to do against low blocks. That's why I'm taking it a game at a time. But I'm not completely doing a 180 off what I said a few weeks ago, because all it can change, all that needs to happen is one team comes in, they sit deep at the bridge, and what do we do? Do we still know how to break that down? I haven't seen us do that yet.
Yeah, but that's down to the personnel in your team. I wouldn't say that's down to the manager. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got a
I don't
very
know because
athletic.
Poch has had those issues before.
Yeah, but you've got a very athletic team though. You've got a team that are good at breaking, a team that are good with space and stuff like that. But you ain't got no real creators. Like who in your team is gonna carve an opposition open? You ain't really got players like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Raheem's not that. You know
I'd
what I
say
mean?
Palmer can be that.
Jackson, yeah, maybe, but Jackson ain't gonna be that. Do you know what I mean? Like when you look at your players, That you ain't got a Bernardo Silva, like you don't have a Phil Foden, you don't have that kind of player. And I wouldn't even say Phil Foden is like, he's not a passer that's gonna open teams up. You don't have a Kevin De Bruyne. You don't have that. Like that's what Chelsea are missing. Like Ziyech was supposed to be that for you, like, and it didn't work out. But you don't really have a creative player that can unlock like a team, or if they sit back, they, you know what I'm saying, they can find gaps in that. You don't have that kind of player. So I think breaking on teams that do press you and play higher up are always going to be your strong point, just because of the personnel that you have.
Yeah, that's why we just got to make the most out of the games we have now. Like, we've been doing well. We've also only really beaten Tottenham in this run of games, so we do need to start getting some wins across the board. They can come in the next 3 games, but we need to see it happen. International breaks just come at the wrong time, in all honesty.
Yeah, the momentum's with you still. I can't lie. I don't know. I'm kind of glad we got the international break now anyway, because it might give us some time to get some players back. Who knows?
Yeah, who do you guys have out still?
Bro, who knows, bro? I don't know who's out. I don't know who's supposed to be coming back, bro. We're so dead, yeah. It's like, I don't know who's coming back, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, do you know how much I hate doing United watch-alongs?
Bro, it's horrible. I don't even know why you do that, bro. If it were my team, I wouldn't watch them. They're awful.
No, I had you guys side by side with the Arsenal-Burnley game, and I just kept thinking there's just nothing to talk about in this United game.
Nah.
It's just dead.
I think Luke Shaw might be back soon. And Eriksen got injured last game. Hojlund, I think he felt a muscle or that. It could have been hamstring or something. But to be honest, he's been so poor in the Premier League. I don't think we're going to miss him, blood. I'll be real. He's been awful. So it's just, I just don't really know, bro.
Would you say it's him? Would you say it's your chance creation, or both?
I'll say it's both, innit? I'll say it's both. I think because he's young, a lot of people are going to give him the benefit of the doubt, innit? And rightly so, but I think it's him as well. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's just the team. I think they're gonna blame other players because he's scoring in the Champions League, but he gets a lot more space in the Champions League. The game's slower. It's also less physical. I think that he's still navigating his way through the physicality of the Premier League. Like, he doesn't quite get it. Do you know? And he's not quite clever enough to get around it. But he will. I think that he'll, as he starts to understand the game a bit more and he starts to understand how the Premier League works, I think he'll start to score goals. But at the moment, I think he's trying too hard, bro. I think he's trying too hard to prove that he can handle the physical side of the game, and he's just not thinking. He's not getting into the same positions. Do you know what I'm saying?
I bet that's a bit understandable, though, of him just joining. So it sounds like it's just like an adaptation and all that.
It is, like, to be fair, like, he missed a couple last game. He missed a couple sitters. I'll be real. He missed a couple sitters, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like as a striker, strength is something that is good to have, but you shouldn't rely on it. Do you know what I'm saying? Rely on your attacking instincts. Rely on your intelligence to score goals. But it's like, I'm seeing him wrestling with centre backs. It's like, what are you doing, bruv? Like, every time we get the ball, it's like he's backing into players trying to hold them off, and it's like, why don't you just try and be clever?
IQ needs to be a bit better.
Yeah, like, get in behind, like, start making some different runs. Like, you don't always need to wrestle your centre back. And do you know what I mean? I feel like he's trying too hard to do the wrong things, innit? And he's got enough pace that he should be an outlet for us. He's not an outlet. I'd like to see him drifting out wide more, like facing their goal instead of facing the goal. Yeah, their goal instead of facing our goal. Like, he's doing too much back to goal stuff, and I don't know if the manager's. I don't even think the manager will be asking him to play like that, because why would you switch your style up from Champions League to league? It doesn't make sense. I don't know.
I was going to ask that question too. I was going to ask if coaching might play a part.
I don't know. I think there's a lack of coaching. I wouldn't say that. It kind of seems to me that the manager's got him out there and just letting him do what he wants because he's the manager's number 9 and the manager's just letting him play. But I think someone needs to mix it up a little bit. I'd like to see him drifting out wide, picking up the ball to feet, trying to run at players, because he's quick. He's actually quick and he can carry the ball. But how many times this season have we seen him drift out wide, get on the ball, go past someone, like run with the ball? Like, never really. Like, he's just wrestling people all the time, and it's like, there's no need.
Just sounds like that he's been given a lot of freedom. And it's like, no, maybe you need
but
to be telling him what to do a little bit more.
maybe. But again, that's why you don't bring in a 20-year-old, yeah, from nowhere, like effectively, yeah, like didn't do nothing last season, and then just give him the reins and say, all right, cool, win us games. He's not there yet.
It did seem a bit confusing at the time anyway. You guys spent like 80 million on the guy with 10 goals.
Bruv, listen, it's the manager, man. Manager been doing that though. Like, there's a lot of things that he's done is questionable, like the amount of money we spent on him. But if you're paying for potential, cool. But coach the kid. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's been thrown under the bus in a way. Do you know what I'm saying?
I can see that as well.
I feel like he's been thrown under the bus because we did the similar thing with Memphis Depay. We signed him. Then again, Memphis had a way better season in Holland than my man had in Italy. But we signed Memphis, gave him the number 7 and said, all right, cool, like lead us. And it's like, what? Do you know what I'm saying? Hojlund wasn't even really mashing it up at Atalanta, and we've brought him into the team and said, all right, cool, you're our 9, lead us. Like, lead us where, bruv? Do you know what I mean? Like, lead us where?
It's hella confusing, you guys, I swear down.
Like, bro, this is Man United. That's why I don't even blame him, bro. It's like, lead us where? To do what, bro? Like, he doesn't even know what he's good at yet. Like, he's a kid. He's not a specialist at anything. Like, he hasn't done it anywhere. Like, it's actually not his fault, bro. You know what I mean?
It's just too big for him right now.
Of course it is.
It's just too big of a move for him. And I don't blame him for taking it, of course. Like, you're an idiot if you don't take the opportunity when it comes to you. But, yeah, he ain't that guy yet. Not yet.
No, but that's why I said I would take him. But that's why I said I'd take him. But I said I wanted Kane as well. I said I'd only take him if we get Kane too. Like, get both of them.
That would have been perfect. Takes all the pressure off him.
Exactly. But now, man are doing the 00, was it 009?
He ain't scored in the league yet. God knows.
He ain't scored in the league yet, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's top goal scorer in the UCL and he's got no goals in the Premier League. That is crazy.
But that's what I mean. And guess what? We're bottom of the group. So again, his goals don't mean anything. Do you know what I'm saying? And I have to keep it a buck. Yeah, I have to keep it a buck. Because when we had CR7, yeah, he was the team's top scorer. And we got our lowest ever Premier League tally. So I'm not gonna be talking up Hojlund's goals in the Champions League when we're bottom of the group. Make me a hypocrite. His goals don't mean anything. They don't mean nothing. Like, we need your goals in the league. We need your goals in the league, bro. Like, you're not scoring. And not only are you not scoring, but you're not playing well either. You know, like that. If he was playing well and he wasn't scoring, I'd be like, you know what? But at least he's linking play. He's doing all these other things. Bro, he's not doing anything. Like, we just have to keep it a buck. And this isn't even me criticizing him. This is me just keeping it 100. He's not contributing at all. Not an assist, not a like anything. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, and right now he needs to be doing more, but also he's just surrounded by crap. Both stand together.
Exactly. So I'm not blaming him. The team as a whole is not functioning very well. They're not. Do you know what I mean? But I've always said it. If you're old enough to wear the shirt, then you have to get criticism like everyone else, innit? Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's his fault. It's not his fault. However, if I spend 70 odd million on a 9 that ain't scoring goals, I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, because if it was someone else, we'd be cooking them. If it was Lukaku, yeah, we'd be cooking him. So I'm just trying to be consistent here. Like, it's not working. Like, Nicholas Jackson's getting cooked here, but he contributes way more in build-up than even Rasmus. Like, Rasmus ain't doing nothing, if we're being honest.
He's fifth goal scorer.
Yeah, but even so, at least Jackson's running and trying to hold the ball, and like, at least he's missing. He's getting chances to miss. Like, Rasmus ain't doing shit.
It's like the same thing you said about Jackson earlier, where it's like the boots are just too big for you now.
Yeah,
you've got time to grow into them. It's just not while you're the number 1 striker. We both kind of need to go for another one as well.
Yeah. But
it's
but I still think he's good,
disjointed, but you're also the informed team in the league. It's crazy.
Yeah, but that's because we play some dead teams, bro. Do you know what I mean? Then we play some dead teams.
Luton, Fulham, Sheffield United. You lost to City. Who's the other one? To be honest, that's a dead run anyway.
Yeah, we had a dead run. We had
It's a
Fulham.
dead run anyway.
I think it was Fulham, Brentford, Luton.
Fulham,
can't remember.
Brentford, Luton, City. Oh, God knows.
Bruv, like teams that we should have beat anyway, bruv. Can't remember. Like all the teams struggling. Like that is what it is, isn't it? Like, but
At least you're keeping your head above water, but it's like, yeah,
that's
this ain't
it. Man said who's better, Rasmus or Jackson? Bro, they're two different players, isn't it? Rasmus Hojlund, yeah, is a better finisher. Burnley and Forest. Look at that. Come on, man. Come on, bro. If we can't win those games, and even those games we struggled, like I'll be real, we could have lost at least 3 of those. Yeah, we could have lost at least 3 of those games.
Luton, like, I just remember the ball going over the bar numerous times.
Horrible. Like Rasmus is definitely a better finisher than Jackson. There's no two ways about it. But Jackson all round in terms of linking the play and the runs he makes, bro. Like he causes more problems. Like bruv, Hojlund, like I love the guy. I think he's got a high ceiling, but he's not contributing at all. Like in the league, he's not contributing. Like I'm not gonna sit here and lie, bro, because it's one of them ones where when Martial was playing up front, yeah, people were like, Martial can get a man of the match without scoring. Like Hojlund ain't getting no man of the match without scoring, bro. Like I remember that City game where Martial was absolutely cooking them and we lost, and everyone was like, "Oh, Tony, bruv." Listen. If Hojlund don't score, yeah, we're not talking about him after the game. Like, he's nowhere, bro. Similar to Erling Haaland, if he doesn't score, everyone's saying, well, it's like, 10 million.
9 touches and that.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is. If we're being honest, like, that's really what it is. Do you know what I mean? Hojlund is not rubbish, though. Like, I'm not hearing that. He's a good footballer, but he's escaping a lot of criticism right now because we've got a lot bigger problems than him. If everyone else was doing well and he wasn't scoring, the fact that he hasn't scored a Premier League goal would be getting inflated a lot higher.
I do still think the UCL record's helping him too. Even if, like you said, it don't mean anything,
for sure.
But it's helping.
It's helping. Rashford has got 1 goal in the Prem. I think Garnacho don't have any, bruv. Because I think we've got 1 goal in the Prem between all of our front 3. 1 goal.
You've got barely any goals in your whole attack.
Or maybe Garnacho has 1.
Most of your goals have come from like centre backs, or like everyone's just contributed like 1 goal or 2. Bruno,
Anthony, Anthony. We spent 100 million euros on the guy. He doesn't even play, bro. Like we're playing Rashford right wing ahead of Anthony, bro. Like how's the manager getting away with that? How's he getting away with crazy. That? Like how is he getting away with spending 100
million? Bro, your whole
million
window was just the players that he wants, and now they all ride bench.
They're all on the bench. Mount, Amrabat, Anthony. Bench. Reguilon, bench. This guy's playing a team full of players that he inherited.
Brother's just wasted your money all summer. That's
bro, it's
crazy.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. Like, and the thing is, the manager's getting away with this. Like, how?
That's got to be a sackable offence in itself. How much
100%.
money, how much resources have you burnt in a summer?
But this is why I rate Arteta, yeah, for like, he's almost going to die on his shield with the Havertz thing, innit? That's what's going to get him sacked, the Havertz thing. But at least he's doing it, though. At least he's saying, you know what, I believe in what I saw. Even if I'm not seeing it, I still believe. Like, this manager's just openly told us that he's got dementia, bro. That he's signing these players and then not using them. Like, he's literally showing us that he don't know where he is, what he's doing. He doesn't know anything, bro. Man said 11 different back 4s in 17 games, bro.
He's doing the Lampard thing.
Bro, listen, Varane wakes up every single morning, yeah, confused, bro. Like every morning.
Every single morning with a new back 4 in his
I'm
head.
behind Lindelof, Evans and Maguire at Manchester United. I've won 4 Champions Leagues, maybe 5. And I've been integral in winning this and winning a World Cup here. And I'm behind these bums. Johnny Evans don't play international football. Like, he's behind these players, bro.
It's got to be a fallout. It's got to be a fallout.
Of course it is, but he's waking up confused. Like, how is that acceptable, bro? Like, the manager should get sacked for that alone. Like, any manager that thinks that Varane, yeah, is not better than those 3 or is tactically acceptable to drop Varane for these guys does not deserve to be in a job. He doesn't deserve to be in a job. Like, this is basic stuff. You couldn't even find a video game in which these men rank above him. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, in no part of life,
No FIFA.
bruv, in no part of life, bro, whether it's Premier League stickers, whether it's, bruv, there's nothing about them man that should be playing ahead of Varane and man saying it's tactics. It's not tactics, bro. It's disrespect. You're disrespecting the fans. The fans that actually pay their hard-earned money.
It means he's going to leave and you're going to lose an asset to potentially a rival.
It's crazy, bro. Like, he's not leaving. The manager will leave before he leaves. But the point is, it shouldn't even be a conversation, bro. And the fact that the manager's looking us in the face and saying it's tactical, yeah, you don't respect us. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you actually doing, bro?
I hear it.
That's the equivalent of you like having Thiago on the bench and just being, yeah, tactics. What?
It's crazy.
Like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense, bro. Like, the whole thing, it's making me angry, bro. Like, bro, look at this. Mount Anthony Amrabat, bro. Man got rid of Fred, Sancho, Sabitzer, bro. All these guys are not playing. Like, even Weghorst, bro. Man got rid of Weghorst, yeah, and brought in Hojlund. And you know what the funny thing is? Man cannot tell me, if they're being completely honest with themselves, if Weghorst was playing up front for us in the league and he had no goals, they would be cooking him, bro. And guess what? Weghorst still gave us more off the ball than Hojlund. Hojlund don't give us nothing, bro. Like, it's the honest truth. And I like the kid. But bro, if he's not scoring goals, he ain't giving us nothing. He's not stretching other teams. He's not running the channel. He's not holding the ball. Like, he's not doing nothing, bro. Like, he's doing nothing. And again, I'm not saying it's his fault. What I'm saying is, when Weghorst wasn't scoring for us, I was saying it wasn't his fault as well. Because the system isn't set up for a striker to be the focal point. So I always backed Weghorst and I used to get mocked for it. But guess what? Hojlund ain't doing no better. So when are we going to accept this?
Million.
Exactly. And one was on loan for free. A man was saying he was a Burnley player. Well, right now, Hojlund don't even look like a Burnley player. So what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like,
at least with Weghorst, you could have lower expectations because again, you haven't put a lot into it. Just a lone player that's come in for potentially under $1 million or something. They can give you anything. You're like, all right, cool. That's why I rage about certain players. But when it'd be like a Ross Barkley or something, but whatever, 15 million. Brother's dead. I don't care. Sell him off somewhere. Basically made it off the back of a loan fee.
Bro, look at this comment. Man said, as I said, it's about tactical reasons why I chose these partnerships. Harry and Johnny did well. What are you talking about? There's no partnership, centre-back partnership that we have at the club, yeah, where Varane doesn't play. There's none.
Man said Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans together are better than Varane.
Varane's quicker than both of them. Johnny Evans is better on the ball. Cool. I'll have that. Johnny Evans is very good on the ball. But Johnny Evans is old, bro. Do you know what I mean? And he's not mobile like Varane, bro. In terms of recovery defending, Varane's our best defender. And that includes with Sandro. When it comes to recovery, Varane's pace and his reading of the game and where to be. The funny thing is, if you're honest, yeah, and you're a Man United fan, we could do a compilation of the amount of last ditch, yeah, headers, back post clearances, everything that Varane's done for us, bro. Like, Varane does a lot of stuff here that goes unnoticed in the game because he's not the most elegant player. But when it comes to positioning and reading and stuff like that, bro, he saved us so many times. Last season, we wouldn't have had that many clean sheets without him. So the fact that the managers openly disrespect him, man, like this is crazy to me. And I can see that Varane's checked out. Like, it's obvious. When you watch him play, like, he's not trying.
He didn't look all that in the Copenhagen game either.
Yeah, bro. The Copenhagen game, you could see, like, when he came on, psychologically, he weren't invested in the game. You saw it. Like, you saw it. Do you know what I mean? So,
probably in his head just thinking, bro, I don't even want to be out here.
I don't blame him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
freezing cold, all of that. I got this dickhead in my ear.
It's weird, bro. Like, to tell Varane that he has to compete with Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans is actually a disrespect on so many levels.
Maguire was meant to be getting booted out of the team a few months ago.
But this is what I'm saying. And now Maguire's coming up with a big talk saying, I'm glad I chose to stay because almost I'm being vindicated because, like I'm playing well. Brother, we conceded 4 goals. We're bottom of the Champions League group. We've conceded 4 goals in 2 of the games. Conceded 3 to Newcastle, which we got knocked out. Like, what part of you're playing well, when the team's lost 10 games?
Maybe his passing stats are up or something.
It's crazy, bro.
Maybe his long pass percentage has improved.
Like, bro,
I remember him
putting
stats like that up after you lost to Sheffield United or something.
Yeah. Long passes completed and that. Yeah.
Maybe his heading
delusional.
Improved.
It's crazy. They're saying Varane and Casemiro being persuaded by Ronaldo in Saudi. I'm not surprised. They'll get paid a lot of money to go there.
Definitely not surprised by that.
But they've both still got a lot to offer, especially Casemiro at the top level, bruv. Like, man don't need to leave, bro. Man we just need a new director of football and a new manager. That's what we need. Someone that's going to have the Ralph Rangnick mentality that Man United need to clear out, and they just need to be ruthless and get rid of the mediocre players.
You just need to hope Ten Hag does get sacked.
Yeah, he's gone, bro. I genuinely believe, that when the new DOF comes in, because the DOF is the guy who chooses the manager anyway, I don't think the hierarchy would sack the manager for the simple fact that it wouldn't make sense for them to do that. That's not their job anyway. It's not their job. And the thing is, because the DOF liaises with the manager in order of recruitment, the DOF's meant to be in between the manager and upstairs. The DOF's here. So if the DOF can see that the manager don't have the changing room patterned, and he clearly doesn't, then he can start looking for new managers. I still think that part needs to be solved before the manager part can be solved. There's no point bringing in a new manager without a DOF, because then it's just more nonsense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What I mean? It's just more nonsense.
You need a guy to build the long-term plan for the club and then to decide whether that manager's the right one for it.
100%. And I think he's already shown that he's not, because he can't manage egos. And being at a club like Manchester United, if you want the best players, you have to have the biggest egos. Like, they come hand in hand. They come hand in hand. You can't sign top players.
Mourinho, he knew how to manage him. Sir Alex knew how to manage him.
But that's because his ego was as big as theirs, but he also had the respect to these players because he had the achievements. So you can go down a route of having a manager that doesn't have a massive ego and wants to be friends with all these players, but they get walked all over. That's what happened with Oli. Like, Oli literally dropped David De Gea, and David De Gea literally badded him up into bringing him back into the team. Like, you can't have a manager that's weak like that. Do you know what I mean? So you need
that is crazy.
You need to have a balance. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And I think right now at Manchester United, we have a balance of, it's like the manager doesn't know what he's doing. The players know that the manager doesn't know what he's doing. And it's almost like the players that know that the manager doesn't know what he's doing are the ones that are getting penalized, isn't it? Like, it's crazy. It's a power struggle between, like, the bigger personalities and the manager, and it's an absolute mess. Do you know what I mean? It's an absolute mess, bro. Like, when you look at this club, bro, we've got no style of play. We've got no real leadership because the manager is falling out with the leaders. The manager's falling out with Casemiro and Varane, our 2 most successful players, and Ronaldo before that. So all the successful big personalities are falling out with this manager. And then you got guys like Bruno running around.
Back into another rebuild.
We do. Me personally, I'd write the season off. I'd write it off. We're bottom of the Champions League group. We're not going to qualify.
Oh, you're already there.
Yeah, we're not going to qualify for the Champions League through the Premier League route. So we might as well write that off. We're out the League Cup already. FA Cup's a write-off. So
your best bet is getting to Europa.
And even that, it's a struggle, bro. I personally, I wouldn't want the Europa. And if I do want the Europa, I only want the Europa for extra games if we're going to start bringing in players and getting rid of games. Rid of players. And I'm using it as a way to kind of implement the changes, if that makes sense. Just extra games. That's all I'm using it for. But realistically, bro, we're not in a situation to be successful. Last season just papered over the cracks massively, bro. And it didn't do us any favors. Because when we lost 7-0, we should have seen this guy was a fraud. We should have seen it. Should have seen it. When we got packed our first 2 games of the season and the manager completely abandoned his principles, yeah, we should have seen it. But we didn't see it because we had good enough players to paper over the cracks while
That's what
simultaneously
good results do.
watching Liverpool fall away, Chelsea fall away, Tottenham fall away. But look at our away record last season. And look at our record against the top clubs. It told us that we weren't really there, bro. It was false promise.
But then you guys won the Carabao Cup and everything. I guess that's another thing that papers over the cracks.
Exactly, playing no one.
When you deep it, but it's hindsight. Hindsight is like 2020. You're not going to realize that in the moment.
You shouldn't. But yeah, but even if you don't realize it in a moment, yeah. And that's why I always say, when you're not playing well, you should always be appraising your performances, bro. Like, because it's like, even when you're winning, you should always be looking at things saying, you know what, this still wasn't good enough. This wasn't good enough. Because at the time, people say you're negative, but you kind of see problems before they actually start to affect you. And that's the thing. That is the problem with Manchester United. It's like a lot of people let it get to their heads. And that's why when I was watching the preseason and seeing that we weren't getting better, I was like, this ain't going to be a good season. And people are like, it's only preseason. I'm like, no, it's not.
I think that's a football fan nature in general. I see this happen with every fan base. If you're the first person to call out a problem, you're negative, you're toxic.
No, for sure.
You're trying to get views and all of that stuff. It's the same buzzwords happen all the time. They want fans to be happy-go-lucky and just ride with the good times and everything. Don't be scared of what's around the corner. Embrace right now. That's football fans.
Yeah, but it is. But that match-to-match mentality, yeah, like, is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Because if your club had that same mentality, you would never have success. That doesn't make sense.
But that's why everyone's just fans at the end of the day, because they have that mindset.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, though. It's embarrassing because if you want to be successful, there has to be some sort of plan in place. And also, there has to be proof of the direction that your club are going in order to stick with this manager. And that's why you brought in Graham Potter and you gave him a long contract, because the intention was to give him time. And then he showed he was out of his depth and the trigger got pulled. And the same thing needs to happen with Ten Hag. Do you know what I mean? And if anything, Graham Potter has proven more in this country than flipping Ten Hag did. Like, what he did in at Ajax doesn't mean anything, bro. Because we all know that league, yeah, like, bruv, it throws flipping curveballs all the time, that league. The majority of players that come from that league flop.
I heard you guys looking at Potter as a potential replacement.
Yeah, but that's only because he's English. We're going to get linked with him. Do you know what I mean? Because apparently the DOF's going to be English. But to me, doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything, the Graham Potter situation. Like, Graham Potter's a better coach than Ten Hag, probably, yeah. But the problem is, yeah, when I say a better coach, he's a better coach definitely in terms of how he would manage the players. My thing is, I think that Graham Potter's too soft, yeah, to coach at Manchester United. I think we need a manager that is personable, but they need to be firm as well. Like, I can't. Graham Potter just seems like too much of a pushover, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine him working with Cass and Varane. Like, Graham Potter, like, he'll probably be starstruck, bruv. Like, he don't seem like the kind of guy to go in there and stamp his authority. Do you know what I mean? And that's what Man United need, bro. They need someone that is stubborn, but stubborn in the right way. Not stubborn like flipping Ten Hag. He's
kind of got the Oli mindset where I feel like he can be pushed around a bit.
Yeah, that's it. Like, so for me, like, listen, Potter, I respect him, like, student of the game, all that stuff. But bro, when you go to a big club, it's not just about how good you are as a coach. That's cool at smaller clubs, yeah, when people are not going to challenge you. When you're at Manchester United, like, these players, if you give them an inch, do you know what I'm saying? You're finished. You know what I'm saying? Man saying he couldn't handle a big locker room. Exactly. So why is he going to go Man United? That doesn't make sense to me. Nah, for me.
Back into the team and everything.
Nah, you gotta get me Flick, man. You gotta get me Flick and a proper director of football, and we can do what we need to do. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. And I big up everyone inside. You lot, make sure you smash up the like button as well. Obviously, Man, everyone's going on about Cole Palmer and that in the chat. Yeah, he done the mad thing still. He done the mad thing. He's a player I like,
Big
innit?
game Palmer, man.
You lot know anyway. Like, he's a player I like, and I don't like a lot of footballers, so it's one of them ones where, like, I was saying it, like, I put it out there, like, he is a player. He's a player. He's the kind of player, and he's doing stuff that he shouldn't probably be doing. A player at his age, he's showing me qualities that a lot of players ain't shown in it. Like, for me, he's a proper player still. Like, I wouldn't
His
be surprised.
mentality is different.
I wouldn't be surprised if he scores for England in the international break. I wouldn't be surprised because he just
They got easy opposition. It's a good game for him to get a cap.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Like, I genuinely think that not only is he a good player, but he knows how good he is. And a player that knows how good they are, that actually has the ability, I think is frightening. And he's saying he's similar to Di Maria. I would agree in a sense that they're both probably central players, yeah, like by nature, but they play out wide, innit? Like they're both creative players, innit? I think Di Maria's a bit more lax in possession. Like, Di Maria loses the ball a lot more. Di Maria's got, like, he's got a spam gene like Bruno, where he just starts to travella things for no reason. And I don't think Cole Palmer's like that. But I think personality wise, in terms of like their confidence in their ability and the areas of the pitch they like to pick up, that's probably what Poch means. Like, and to be fair, just because Di Maria never had a great time at Man United, people forget he had a great career, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So if that's who he's comparing him to, bro,
I think he's got the most assists at PSG history.
Yeah, bro, and he'll be up there for Real Madrid as well, I'm sure. Like, bro, that's not a bad comparison, bro. I think he's special though, like, legit. I think he's special, like, not just ability wise, because I think he's got good ability, but I think he's special in terms of like that, you know, like that. Like, he just seems like, bro, he just seems like you can't rattle him. Like, it's weird. Yeah, similar to Maddison in terms of, yeah, it's the X factor, 100%. That's what it is. It's similar to Maddison in terms of, like, even when Maddison was at Leicester, people were saying, like, even KDB, when they said, oh, like, Maddison, Bruno, Ødegaard, he was like, oh, I want to see him do it at a bigger team. Bro, these men have mentalities to be at big teams, bro. Like, they have that aura and the psychology that they can play anywhere.
That's why he backed himself to leave City.
But that's what I'm saying.
Cool. I just need more game time. Like, I rate you, man. You guys are doing your thing. I need to go do my thing.
But this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is the difference. And same with Madders. Madders was like, yo, even though Madders was at Leicester, he knew he should be playing for a top club. He knew it. He always knew it. And he spoke like it. And Palmer backed himself to leave City. Price tag didn't phase him. Went to Chelsea. And he's assumed the responsibility like he's one of the senior players. He's doing what they thought Sterling was going to do when Sterling came in. They thought Sterling was going to come in, be the main man. And he kind of didn't do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, first season, they were thinking, oh, maybe we should bench Sterling and that. Nah, bro. Palmer's come in and he's like, yeah, this is my team, bro. Like, that's not normal for a player his age. It's not normal for a player that probably doesn't even have 20 Premier League games. Like, it don't make sense.
That guy is ridiculous. I see him at random points in games just think, nah, let me just take this into my hands. Even in the second half against Man City, guy nearly scored goal this season. Just took the ball, tried to beat 2-3 players, nearly got a chip on.
Should have lifted it over the keeper, man.
Yeah, but like, that's the sort of things that he's capable of. Mentality, like we've been saying, is ice cold. 94th minute against Man City, he's scoring an equalizer against a goalkeeper who knows completely how to defend his sorts of penalties. That's why it's the only one that he put into the top corner. If anybody noticed, usually he goes bottom corners, but Ederson would know that. So he's gone top corner. And you see Ederson go bottom left. That's the difference. The IQ is off the charts. The decision making off the ball, on the ball. Like, all he needs is open play goals. And that's coming. That's coming. Everything else is already at that level. It's just about just showing it on the world stage for a longer period of time. But he's already
Nah,
looking like player of the season for us so far.
he's a baller, bro. He's a baller, bro. And yeah, like, bro, I just can't even speak highly enough of like what he's showing in terms of like his temperament, because it's the most important thing. Everyone talks about ability and all these other things, yeah, but bro, how many players have you seen it in big moments, bro? Like the guy is playing against his former club, pressure penalty at the end of the game to tie the game. Now that's nuts. And the way he took it was a piss take.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
just lifted it
Bruv,
into
it
top
was
left.
feisty, bro. Like, and the thing is, if you look at the build up to that, yeah, I think between the tackle and the penalty getting taken, it must have been a good 5 minutes.
Yep. There was
Bare
like
people,
a kind of like bust up for 3 minutes
bare
or something.
people arguing, all of
VAR.
that. The guy's standing there with the ball under his arm, ignoring everyone. Like he's just not even getting involved. He's just waiting to take the penalty. Like he could have been there for 20 minutes. It would have made no difference. Like a lot of players would have psyched themselves out. You see players all patting down the penalty spot, rolling the ball about, doing all that shit. He just had it under his arm, just waiting. Like he's just completely, it's like he just kind of just disappeared and he just left the situation. He said, yeah, call me when you're ready to play this game, innit? Like, it's not normal. It's actually not normal, yeah? The level
We
of
just
maturity that he's showing.
really did a good number with this transfer.
Nah, bro,
Remember, it came out
45
of
million.
nowhere. The whole argument was, I think,
That was meant to be
Turkey-
Sancho, blood. That's what it was meant to be, Sancho.
Yeah, it was meant to be, for us, it was either Cherki, Kudus, or Elise at the time that we were looking for. And then out of nowhere, Cole Palmer, 45 million, he's joining us. Turns out to be one of the signings of the season for us. So yeah, it's another brilliant move by Win Stanley and Joe Shields on that one. So they got to get credit
It's that
as well.
Shields, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They're saying that he might that they might try to go back in for Sancho, but I know Shields wanted him, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But they offered that 45 million to Man United, they didn't want it. So it's one of them ones where like it's peak, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's very peak. The Churk, bruv, listen. Cherky, yeah, like, bruv, he's been, again, just bare chat about this youth for time, bro. Like, I think the first time I heard about him might have been...
I heard about him over the summer.
And I've heard about him for ages ago, bro. Like, I'm talking at least like 4 or 5 years ago.
I don't think he plays for Lyon now, though. Like, they're a mess this season.
Yeah, but it's just like everyone's talking about him, but it's just like, bro, I just don't think it's ever gonna happen for him, bro. I'll be completely honest. I don't think it's ever gonna happen for this youth. I just don't see it. Like, I just think it's just gonna be just complete hype where nothing ever happens, bro. Like, I think he's just gonna be another Dimitri Payet, bro. Who just don't do nothing. Like, cause Payet, bro, under 21s, Dimitri Payet was meant to be like the next biggest thing ever, bro. Like, and they were talking about him from young. Like, he's only 19, but bro, his name has been ringing bells forever, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's one of them ones where
He just needs to make that move. That's just
I just don't think it's gonna happen for him, bro. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think at the top level, yeah, he's gonna be able to play the way he plays for a top team, and they're gonna facilitate it. Like, football now is a very a system-based game.
Yeah.
Like, he's the kind of player, he's got so much ability that he would be playing at a top team already, ability-wise. But teams are now looking at players saying, how can I mold him, yeah, into a player that fits this system? And I don't know where he fits. Do you know what I mean? And then on top of that, there are rumors of his temperament as well. So when you look at both of those things, in the modern game, yeah, he's probably going to end up being a journeyman. Ends up 2 years somewhere, 1 year somewhere, 2 years somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, but he's sick. He's sick though. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a baller. But man's been hearing his name for like 3-4 years. Do you know what I'm saying?
He needs to have another big breakout season at Lyon then or something.
Yeah, like someone said that because of his
It's
attitude.
too early to say because of the age. Because I think one big move somewhere and then that could be the difference maker. It's very speculative right now.
But he has to have a big move and it has to work out. It's a risk. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a risk. Because Quaresma got the move to Barca and it didn't work out. And then he spent the rest of his career going around like making sick YouTube comps. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the problem.
He's just got to make the right move though, because right now I don't think he's starting for Leon. I think that's the last I heard of him was him getting dropped. I don't know
But
if
that's
it was
the
injured
point.
or
If
like-
you're not starting for Leon, yeah, then what hope do you have at the top level? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because
they're
you should be
bottom
the
or something.
he should be what
Relegation,
Benzema was for them, and he's not. And the reason why he's not, yeah, is because he's not playing, bro. Because he probably just don't. He's just not that kind of player, bro. He's just mad talented. But in football, talent will only get you so far in the modern game, bruv. If you're not willing to do all the donkey stuff, what does it matter? You know what I'm saying?
Hear it. He's got to bring some more change within himself.
Nah, it's that. Like, man's saying like he's 20 and we've been hearing about him for years, but that's great. But it doesn't guarantee anything though. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't guarantee that. Like I know you lot, like Xavi Simons, you lot rate him, and I don't rate him. I don't rate him. Like, I do not rate him. Like, bro, I've seen enough to know that he's not better than Memphis was. And when we signed Memphis, he didn't do nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Memphis, when we signed him, he never looked as good, yeah, for us as he looked in Holland. He just didn't, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. Xavi Simons, to me, nah. Do you know what I'm saying? Not to me, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? If he turns out to be an absolute world beater, I'll hold my hands up. But I'll put it out, I don't see it. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't see it. I think he's just going to be...
Just needs more time.
Yeah, but that's it. But let them have time and then we judge them. But the problem is now, yeah, these men are 18, 19 years old and everyone's like, yeah, bruv, there can only
Next
be...
Hazard.
Yeah, there can only be, yeah, one or two top players, or two or three. But it's like every youngster now that's 18 and playing in the first team, everyone's like, oh my God, they're going to be... But a lot of these men don't get better. And they're 26 and they're still as good as they are now. That's what happens to a lot of these players. Not all of them are going to be worldies. It's impossible. They can't all be top players. That's not how football works.
But we know what the world's like, where it's all just about interactions and clickbait on social media. So if you do well and you got a bit of talent about you, you're the next Messi. Like you could be the Ecuadorian Messi or something like that, or Neymar.
Well, there you go.
Suarez,
but this is it. Man are looking for Messi because even the Rashford thing, bro. Rashford is not any better now than he was 6 years ago, bruv.
Nope.
Who would have thought, yeah, when Rashford broke through and bagged the brace against Arsenal, yeah, that he weren't going to improve for the next 6 years? If someone told us that at the time, we would have said, nah, go back to the Rezzies, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. It's this whole ceiling rubbish, bro. You can't predict anyone's ceiling because some players just don't get better. Just don't get better.
Some players start slowly and then ball out. Some are very inconsistent, have a good season and a bad season.
That's what I mean. And then you get some players.
Ain't linear. We always say that.
Exactly. It's not. And then you get some players, yeah, where they don't have it and then something clicks and then you always think, when was that moment? When was that moment? You know? Like, when was the moment, yeah, that Harry Kane turned from the player that went out on loan, didn't do anything, he turned into the guy that's going to be challenging for the Golden Boot every single season? Like, what was that moment? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very hard to tell in football, yeah, with players, yeah, if that moment is going to come, if it's not going to come. But what we can't do, and what a lot of football fans are doing right now, is they're seeing a player at 18 and saying, imagine how good he's going to be when he's 26. Bro, a lot of these, man, this is as good as it gets, you know. This is as good as it gets for a lot of these, man.
You're saying that about Mount in 2021.
Bruv.
Havertz. Pulisic. Well, Pulisic's doing well in AC Milan.
Yeah, but Pulisic was always a decent player, but he always had a ceiling. People thought he was going to improve mad from Dortmund. Like, no, that's him. That's him now. A lot of these players, you see the player you got right now, that's what you got. No, that's what you got. Unless they change positions and reinvent themselves, a lot of the time, the player you're getting right now, that's just who they are. That's who they are. Like the Yamal youth now at Barcelona, they think they're talking about this guy like he's going to be Iron Robin, yeah? I promise I can spare you lot all the suspense. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? Like, forget it. Do you know what I
Man
mean?
said
It's
next
just,
Robin already. That's how
bro.
quickly it
This is
happens.
why, like, my man, yeah, at Brighton right now, Ansu Fati, he was meant to be what Endrick is now. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He's meant to be, and Endrick's meant to be the next R9. He won't be, but he might be.
That'll be
He might
someone
be
else.
if he can stay fit though. He's got the physique that he could be crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got the physique that he could be crazy. But man are saying, oh, he's 16, but bro, you know when they say, oh, when they grow into their body, some man just don't grow. Look how skinny Bruno is. He's 30 years old. Certain man just don't fill out. Do you know what I mean? I got news for you. Everyone's genetics are different. It's a lottery.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lottery in football, bro. Like, people say, oh, yeah, when he grows into his body. Bro, unless you know what his granddad looks like, his great granddad, unless you dug these man up, bro, and you got the family archives, you don't know how these men are gonna grow. You don't know. You do not
Some
know
man
what
will
these
be
men are gonna grow
brilliant, and
into.
then they'll get some fat growth spurt, and they'll be crap.
That's what I'm trying to
Some
say.
people
Because
bulk
look at
up, they'll
Wazza,
bulk
look at
up
Wayne
too much,
Rooney,
they'll be crap.
16, built like a man. And then when you look at Jude Bellingham, yeah, 19, built like a grown-ass man, bro. But Jude was built like a grown man from he was like 13, 14 years old. But when you've got these little skinny
Remember
kids saying,
Lukaku?
yeah, bro,
I think he was
Lukaku was
14 and he was looking
14,
like a
bro, he was
26-year-old.
taller than the ref and that. Like in the games, the kids' games, bigger than the referee. You know what I mean?
That's
Endrick is built like a flipping tank. So you know, at very worst, even if Endrick doesn't grow, he's grown man now. He's man size. He's cool. He's ready to play. But a lot of these little skinny guys that come through and you think, oh, when they fill out, you hope they do. Mahrez never put on an ounce of muscle the whole time. So you don't even know what these men are gonna do. You do not know. It's all guessing, bruv. That's all it is. So when we're looking at these young players, yeah, and saying, yeah, they're gonna develop and that's that and the other, like, we don't know that. Man said he said the ones built different are gonna develop crazy. But the difference is, yeah, if someone's already physically developed at 16, yeah, you can kind of think, you know what? The more experience these guys get playing, yeah, the more confidence they're gonna get, etc., they're gonna get better. But bro, it also depends on what manager they get. It's luck of the draw. It's luck of the draw. You could end up going to a team, yeah, a good team with a good manager, with a good system, go in there, do well, develop. Or you could be Joao Felix, go to a club, barely get the best out of yourself, and then get loaned to Chelsea, yeah, and only now at Barcelona. Bro, you wasted 4 years, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's luck, bruv. There's a lot of luck. You need to get a manager that believes in you, that wants to play the style of football that you want to play, that's going to develop you, that's going to be patient with you. Not everyone's going to be, yeah, what Pep is to Phil Foden. Not every manager's going to get the young player in and say, yo, you know what, like, I'm going to nurture you and I'm going to do... Bruv, a lot of these men don't care about that, bruv. You're just one of how many other
won't give you a
players.
lick of game time other than the cup matches.
That's it, bro. Like, a lot of these guys are just one of many, many, many players, bro.
But that's why we
Like-
always say, again, is never lineal. Just because this
Never.
guy balled out at this age or he developed at this age doesn't mean this guy's going to develop at
And
this
it's
age.
luck, and it depends on who else is at the team. Remember, what's his name? The Jovic, the striker that came through,
Luka Jovic, I remember
Bruv,
that.
went to Real Madrid.
Back
These
in
man were like,
Frankfurt.
bro, these brothers said, yo, he's the most lethal number 9. Real Madrid said, yeah, let me have him. What's he doing now?
Brother, he's now a streets won't forget player. You won't forget Jovic at Frankfurt.
He was smoky for 1 season, bro.
Who's another one? Piatek. Christoph Piatek. Remember Piatek from back in the day?
It's boring, bro. Like, this happens to all these players.
Who else? There's always these random number 9s that just pop up out of nowhere and disappear as soon as they get a big move.
Yeah. Man said it's not luck. It is luck, bro. It is luck. It is luck. It doesn't matter, yeah? It doesn't matter.
I think I'm Maldini.
It does not matter, broski.
Belotti.
It's luck. It's not luck being a good footballer. It's luck given the opportunity. It's 100% luck, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? When preparation
Every
meets
area of development
opportunity,
has to be spot on, or at least enough
100%.
aspects of it.
And even then, when you look at Marcus Rashford's development, yeah, the only reason why Marcus Rashford,
He
yeah,
said Milik.
got his debut at Man United was because one, we had Van Gaal, so it was right manager at the right time. And then two, we had a multitude of injuries. We had Rooney injured. He was behind Keane, and he was also behind Martial, who also got injured, and he was behind another striker, bro. I think Wilson or something like that. We had bare injuries, and we had a manager that trusted the youth. If we didn't have a manager that trusted the youth, yeah, he wouldn't have got that call up, bro. Like, it's luck, bro. Because if he didn't get a chance at Man United, he could have been playing in the Football League now. Like, and this shit happens all the time in football, bro. All the time in football. He might even have been behind he might have been behind Van Persie as well. But I think, yeah, he would have been, because Van Persie was signed by Ferguson, so he would have been behind Van Persie as well. A lot of luck, bro. So it doesn't matter how good you are or whatever. And then he scored a brace against Arsenal, man. Do you know what I mean?
He scored a brace in his debut, and then 4 days after, I think, against Arsenal as well.
But this is what I'm trying to say, bro. A lot of it is luck. A lot of it is luck. So
I'd say luck, hard work does play a factor. I think that was the point he was trying to make as well.
yeah,
I'd say
but
opportunity
again,
as well.
But hard
You gotta
work in the
take
dark
the-
hard work in the dark don't mean nothing, bro. It doesn't matter how good you are if no one sees you. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I
It don't
agree.
matter
I agree.
it don't matter how good you are if no one sees you. There's people that are working a 9 to 5 right now that hate their job, yeah, and they're probably better singers than a man that have record deals right now and better rappers. But bro, if no one knows who you are, bro, it don't matter. Like, it's 99% marketing, bro. Like, it's not about talent.
You're just saying more like hard work is just like, okay, well, you're expected that.
Yeah, but that hard work is the bare minimum,
Yeah.
bro. Like, if you want to be good at anything, yeah, there has to be a certain level of work that goes into it. But you still need the opportunity to show what you can do. Like, football's not like YouTube, bro. You can't just get a camera and do it yourself and the people choose. Like, you have to go to a club. You have to find a manager that likes you, which is not easy, yeah? You then also have to displace the people that are already there. And then there's politics in place already there. There might be someone that you're better than, but they're on more money than you. Or the manager's brought that person in. There's loads of things you're fighting against. Like, you're fighting against so many different things, yeah, as a footballer. And then even if you
De Bruyne, he had all the ability, but not the opportunity because of other players there, and then we just signed other players on top.
But also, a lot of the Chelsea players were saying that he was kind of, his personality didn't really suit the dressing room. He sulked, and he was like, he wasn't a great trainer, you know, like that. And when you've got like the likes of the Lampards and the Terrys and the Drogbas and want man to be running around, and he wasn't really a robust trainer, they probably said, you don't fit in here.
He's probably doing the Hazard, but it's like, yeah, you're not Hazard. Sorry.
Yeah, but this is the thing. So, like, it's a culture thing as well. You might not fit in there. You might get sent to a club and then it just doesn't work. Like, not every footballer's going to get sent.
Mourinho making Salah cry in the dressing rooms and shit.
But you see what I'm trying to say? And then you get players that get sent out on loan, yeah, and they don't do well on loan. A man say, all right, cool, because you didn't do well on loan, you're done here. Harry Kane didn't do well on loan. Got an opportunity because it was Sherwood. If it wasn't Sherwood and it was someone else, maybe Harry Kane don't get the opportunity.
Yep.
And this is exactly what I'm saying. So it don't matter how
even
good you are,
Poch didn't give him a lot of opportunities until he's consistently scoring in the Europa and the League Cup.
But this is the thing. When you look at Kane, he went on multiple loan spells and didn't set the world alight. So again, yeah, it's timing, right place, right time, right manager, right system, right everything. Like, there's a lot of things that go into success. A lot of them. You always need to work hard, but that should be the foundation for anything. But you also need to do the right work, because there's a lot of players that work hard and they're rubbish. McTominay is one of them. Like, hard work doesn't mean you'll be good, but you still need the opportunity. And it's not easy to come by. So,
and you need to make the right decisions for the places that will give you the best 100%. Opportunity.
Look at Joao Felix, all the talent in the world, made a bad career decision going to Atleti.
Yeah.
And now he's recovering from it. And now he's on $8,000 a week, yeah, because he made the wrong decision. Do you know what I'm saying? And You see? Know what I mean? And then when he went to Chelsea, their man were writing him off at Chelsea. Said he's done. Fraud. And this
that
this is
was crazy.
this is
So
the
deep,
thing.
and we had Felix at our club for
You
6
had
months.
Joao
Like,
Felix
what?
at your club and he got written off, bro. And this is what I say to people, bro. There's so many things that go in. You see, with these young players, there's so many different things that go into their development and the game. That's why this whole talk of ceiling, there's too many intangibles in the game, yeah. You can't look at a player and say their ceiling is this because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. The new manager says, all right, cool, you're playing wing back. What happened to your ceiling, blood?
Oh, the Hudson-Odoi flex.
Yeah.
That's
What happened to
it.
your ceiling, blood? What, wing back, fam? Yeah, where's your ceiling now? Ceiling got blown off. Like, this is what it is.
That is crazy. That is the
look
whole
at my guy
Hudson-Odoi
Loftus Cheek,
flow.
yeah? I've been saying Ruben's a baller for ages.
Mm.
And now he's balling out at AC Milan. Everyone's like, oh my God, bruv, he's been a baller. It's just that he had Sarri, he balled out, and then after that, none of the managers weren't feeling him. And he got injured also.
Got injured, took him about 2 years to get back to his own strength. By the time that happened, we already had Kovacic, Kante, Jorginho playing a two-man midfield. He was just depth. That was just it. He was just straight depth.
That's it. And he's a bad boy player. Like, talent-wise, in that England squad, he's right up there. Right up there. Should be playing for England if he's fit. No question. No question.
Ruben's been that guy.
Yeah, but he...
That's why we're all glad he's doing well there. Ruben will never be one of the Rats.
That's it. And he's never, ever... He's not making it in that England squad. He should be right there, bro. Him and Tomori should be there, bruv.
Hey, now, but Henderson... We can bring Henderson back from Saudi.
There you go. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why decisions in your career are so important. And that's why Sancho's next move needs to be the right one. Like, him moving to Man United was a bad move. Terrible move. And now, a lot of the disrespect he's getting right now is because he made that wrong move. People forget everything he done at Dortmund. Because he hasn't set the world alight. Same thing happened to Pogba. Should have gone to Real Madrid.
Because he's been seen as a flop.
Should have gone to Real Madrid. He went to Man United, played well at Man United, but everyone deems Pogba's career at Man United to not be good, even though he won us trophies. If he went to Real Madrid, it would have been different. He would have had the Champions League, the World Cup, and everyone would have been looking at his career different. Sancho needs to make sure the next move is the right one.
I heard he's linked with Juventus.
Yeah, he's been linked with Juventus on loan, but bro, everyone want him. Barca want him. Do you know what I mean? You lot still want him. Tottenham want him. Bro, bare teams want him.
I think we're seriously linked with Sancho. I don't think so.
Yeah. It's that Joe Lewis, bro.
Maybe
it's that Lewis, bro. No, the Shields, sorry. The Shield, bro, wants him.
Yeah.
That Joe Shields, bro, wants him. Do you know what I'm saying? So, it's one of them ones where the guy that's doing your business wants him there, innit? And he's a Chelsea fan as well, I think. And I'm sure they know that. So, I can't lie. He should go Spurs, bro. I think he would ball out Spurs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to be fair, no one's really held down that left wing position.
Yeah, bro. Like, listen. As much as that young you at Spurs is good, I think Sancho absolutely smokes it there, bro. I think he's the guy still for them. I don't want to see him go to another Premier League team though, because I would want him to go somewhere where I could actually watch him play, enjoy it, and actually support him, blood. If he goes Spurs, I can't support that, blood. You know, like that. So I'm hoping that he doesn't. I'm hoping that he doesn't go to Tottenham, bro. But I think the disrespect that he's getting now, it's Man United's fault. It's Man United's fault.
Could see him at Barca potentially.
Yeah, bro.
Barca, Juventus. I don't know. Those are the only two clubs I mainly heard interested.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Although Barca, you're gonna have to take that 6K a week wage bill or something. To get away from Ten Hag, it might be worth it.
Bro, I
hope
we get rid of I just hope we get rid of I hope we get rid of the manager, bro, before he leaves. But to be honest, if I'm advising him, I'm telling him to leave anyway. We're shit, bro. Like, bro, the only way I would tell him to stay, yeah, is if I didn't like him.
Or it depends on the manager. Depends on the manager you bring in.
Nah, bro. bro.
Well, who's
That,
really
that,
out there?
that,
Except maybe
bruv,
Flick.
listen. I don't know. The manager that we bring in, bruv, I don't think there's any manager, that has a coherent system that can't have this guy balling out, bro. I'll be real. Like, he's that good. Like, the disrespect, it kind of infuriates me, bro, because, like, people don't understand how good this guy is, bro. Like, all the German fans that watched him understand how good he is. It's not Bundesliga tax. I've seen this guy in the Champions League shelling it, bro. Like, it's got nothing to do with any of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the guy he's a top footballer, bro. Like, in terms of talent, he's stupid. He's one of the most talented players that we have available for England. Like, that's how good he is. And it's not an overstatement. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not an overstatement. Like, anyone that could say that Sancho hasn't proven himself is crazy, because you know what's mad? Football fans, they harp on about stats all the time, but then when you look at the numbers that Sancho threw up at Dortmund, no one's got comparable numbers to him outside of the elite players. So stats do matter to them sometimes, but then they don't matter to them sometimes. It's like, bro, just say that you don't like him, but stop trying to move the goalposts. You don't put up the numbers he put up here for 3 seasons in a row by accident. 3 seasons.
I hear it. Me personally, I haven't seen enough of him at Dortmund. I can only go off the United spell. That's why, to me, it's like, from what I've seen, not there yet. But hey, there might be a different player.
But the thing is, it's like I said, it's not just that. Dortmund are a Champions League team, bro. Like, man played Champions League games, bro, against big teams and balled out. It's not like he was just cooking dead German teams, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, look at that, bro. Like, and man, I got Dortmund fans in the chat. Man will tell you, bro. Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Barca, PSG, Inter. They're going on like he ain't.
I do remember he scored against Barca.
Bro, they're going on like this Brer hasn't played. He hasn't played Champions League. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, when like a player, for instance, like look at Mbappe. He plays in Ligue 1. People can say, oh, it's only Ligue 1. Forget that. Look what man does, at international level and what he does in the Champions League. Like, man don't need to judge his Ligue 1 performances, and say this is who he is. Let me see what you do in the Champions League. Let me see what you do international stage, bro. Forget where they play domestically, bro. Like, that doesn't matter.
Maybe it's because of the 3 years in general. And it's like, now, because he's made that bad decision in terms of going to United, is he going to be the same player after 3 years of that?
Yeah, but
that's why I do get a few question marks on signing Jadon Sancho, because it's going to come.
Yeah, but bro, look at João Felix now, bro. What's the difference? He went to Atleti. We haven't seen the João Felix from Benfica.
But like we say, it's not linear.
But guess what? Ability is, though. You know, like that. Ability is ability. It's not a development thing. It's an ability thing. The ability that João Felix showed us in Portugal, we never saw. We saw it in glimpses at Atleti, but we never really saw it. We're seeing it at Barca now. And then he's had a spell at Atleti that has been less than convincing. He then went to Chelsea. Most people would say it was a flop. And then he's gone to Barcelona. He missed a step. He ain't missed a step. He looks like he ain't missed a game. He ain't missed a day of football, bro. Do you know what I mean? When you've got that level of ability and you're playing with good players, in a good team and a good system, nothing can stop you, bro.
I hear it.
Nothing can stop you. Like, Man United is the problem. United have killed too many good players for people.
That's why you said it has to be the correct move.
It has to be the right move. The next move. The next move has to be the right move. Man United is the problem, bro. The fact that Man United had these, I'm having these low IQ football plans, dissing Paul Pogba, The fact that I had to watch man tell me that Bruno was better than Pogba, Don't tell me that Man United isn't a graveyard. It's a graveyard. Do not tell me Man United is not a graveyard.
I said Bruno over Pogba. That's hilarious.
Bruv, when I had to sit there and take that, don't tell me that this Man United, bruv, Man United is a virus right now, bro. It's a vacuum. It's a black hole, bruv. Man are just going to Man United and disappearing, cuz. Like I'm not here for it, bro. I'll be real. Like United is the problem. United is the problem, and the same thing is gonna happen to Hojlund, yeah, if Man United don't fix up, because he ain't nowhere near as established as Sancho and Pogba were, yeah, but he's got ability. His ability is not gonna mean much because everything else that's around him. Before you know it, it's gonna be 0015 in the Prem, blood. Man ain't scored no goals, bruv, because he's going that way. We need to let him take a penalty or something because it's getting serious.
He's gonna have the habits,
bro. It's getting bad, bro. You know, like that. So before people start writing off players, yeah, Joao Felix is the best example you can give because Atleti ain't a dead club. They just weren't the right club. They still won a league. They still won a league title, but they weren't the right club for him. So going to the wrong club, yeah, as a player, that's enough to set your career back. It's enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear. It's just again, like you said, he has to make the correct move.
He has to. So man can't just be writing players off, yeah, based on career choices, bro. Everyone can make mistakes, bro. Do you know what I mean? But if Sancho then
I'd say career choices to a point.
Yeah,
you make enough mistakes, I think.
Yeah, 100%. If Sancho then picks the wrong club again, and it doesn't work out, then you're on your own, bro. Like Pogba going back to Juventus, bad idea. Do you know what I'm saying? Bad idea. Shouldn't have gone back there. So it's one of them ones where, bro, the game is the game, innit? But Felix has proved everyone wrong, and I'm sure Sancho will. You get me? You lot.
I'll be interested to see how he does it.
100%. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you smash up the likes. You already know what it is. What you got coming up on your channel? You lot make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel. The link is in the title, people.
Yeah, I got Capital Conflict at 8 p.m. Me, Northside, Henry Wright. So keep a lookout for that.
I love that. That's gonna be jokes. Do you know what I'm saying? You lot check that out. And yeah, Clinton, yeah, Grealish going to City for trophies, great career move. But for his development, it wasn't a good move. Do you know what I'm saying? But we'll see how long he's there. Do you know what I mean? You lot make sure you subscribe to Lewis. We're back again later on. I think at 6:30, I think about 6:30, a man's back with Northside people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's international break. Dead week. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a dead week for football and stuff like that. But, you know what I mean? The shows are going to keep coming. And I think on Thursday, we got all the man them coming through for Red Talk as well. So we got Ty, Saeed, Aaron and Flawless. So that's going to be carnage, bruv, on Thursday. So yeah, all the man them are coming through, blood. Obviously, yeah, it's a shit week for football, bruv. But man are going to make sure that the entertainment keeps coming. You get me? So big up everyone inside. Smash up the like button. Make sure you sub to Lewis's channel. And yeah, man, back again in just over an hour, people.